Okay, my loves. So today we're going to do a fairly traditional flow, but we're just going to start off with a bit of a thoracic opening. So on your backs, you'll need 2 bricks or some books as an alternative. Feet on the floor so that you can roll back. So this is going across where your bra strap goes, and the other one have handy. Okay, so we're lying down on it, and you can either pop your head on a brick or book, or you can have it just coming, on the floor. So if you'd like to, I shall time us for 3 minutes. We'll just open our chests a bit before we start. So, those of you who weren't at the class on Thursday, we did a lot of opening of the chest, the whole thoracic area. I thought if we just start with this, then maybe it'll help us to maintain what we've achieved. So as you exhale, just really relax into that brick. Try not to hold yourself. Relaxing all the little muscles in your chest and your belly and your shoulders. Palms just facing up on the floor, wherever's comfortable. If you need to protect your lower back, just bend your knees and pop your feet on the floor. In fact, if you bring your feet up, put them on the floor with them apart and bring your knees together, and that will help your lower back if you've got a bit of a tweak in there. Just over halfway there. Just 30 seconds to go. Okay, so bending your knees, feet to the floor, lift your head slowly, carefully, and then just onto your elbows and gently pushing yourself up. Okay. You can put those to one side, and then there'll be the option to do that again at the end if you want to. Okay, so taking a comfortable seated position, sitting up tall, fingertips on the ground. And just using that pressure of your fingertips as you inhale to lengthen your spine. Lifting the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Your shoulders back, and just let your shoulder blades drop down your back. Breathing in to grow. And as you exhale, just try and keep that height. Big breath in. Expanding the chest and release, and then letting your hands come back onto your lap. So just taking your neck and taking your head over towards your left shoulder, back to centre and to the right. To the centre and exhaling to the left. To the centre and exhale to the right. A couple more of those in your own time. And then gently start to roll your head. Doesn't matter which direction. Just letting your chin come down. Don't let your head go too far back. It's more of a forward roll than a backward one. And changing direction. Okay, right hand on the floor and bringing your left hand palm facing to the right. And just do a little side bend, looking up underneath your arm to keep your chest open, letting your right shoulder drop away from your ear, from your head, from your shoulder. Inhaling to centre and exhaling to the left. Stretching your fingertips towards the wall on the other side. Remember, drop that shoulder away. Peeking up. Inhaling to centre and exhaling to the right. Keeping both sit bones firmly on the floor. Inhaling up and to the left one more time. And to centre and then releasing your hands. And now we're going to do a seated cat-cow. So with your hands on your knees, your thighs, pushing your hands towards your knees, your chin comes towards your chest and you arch your back. And then as you bring your hands back towards your groins, the opposite way, looking up, chest forward, and exhaling into cat and cow and cat and cow. And back to centre. Okay, just rolling your shoulders up and letting them relax back down your back. A few of those. And then if you want to do a reverse, change direction. And changing direction again and settling your shoulders back down your back. Okay. So if you'd like to just bring yourself up to stand at the front of the mat. So feet are hip width apart, so your ankles, your knees and your hips are stacked. And the outside edges of your feet are parallel with the outside edges of your mat. So you might feel like your toes are slightly inwards. And then as you inhale, bringing your arms up and looking up between your hands. And as you exhale, folding forward, keeping your knees soft and bent and resting your belly on your thighs, okay? And then inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, fold, keeping your knees soft. And then inhaling, coming all the way up, looking up at your hands and exhaling your hands back down to your sides. Take a breath and check your alignment. Just feel the floor under your feet. Inhaling, arms up. And exhale, fold, keeping your knees soft again. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up. And exhale to mountain. Inhaling your arms up, this time a little back bend. And exhale, coming down into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise, really stretching that back, getting the spine long, and exhale, fold. Inhaling with soft knees, rolling all the way up. Arms up, little back bend, and exhale to mountain. Inhaling, arms up, and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. And exhaling back to mountain pose. Just take a couple of breaths. Inhaling, arms up. And exhaling forward. Inhale, halfway rise. And as you exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Stretch, stretch up. Back bend. And exhale. Bringing your arms back down by your sides. And into mountain pose. Inhaling, arms up. And exhale, fold. This time I'd like you to take your pistol grip, which is your first two fingers, and the others are folded behind. And take those between your big toe and your first toe with your palms facing each other, wrapping those two fingers around your toes, elbows dropping to the outside, and let the top of your head drop towards the floor, just using your hands just to give yourself a little bit of a tweak down. Take a few breaths here. So as you inhale, stretching your back, and as you exhale, letting your head drop. A couple more breaths here. And then as you inhale, halfway rise, coming onto your fingertips. And then I want, with your palms facing towards you, I want you to bring your palms underneath your feet so that your toes are at your wrist joint. Your weight is now on your hands. Let your elbows drop to the outside, knees bent if you need them. Dropping your head. And fold. And we'll take a few breaths here. And then releasing your hands back into your forward fold. With soft knees, rolling all the way up. Hands up, little back bend, and exhale to mountain. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, hands shoulder width apart, spread fingers on the mat, and step back into a plank. We'll take a few breaths here just while we check our alignment. So, we're not sinking into our plank, we're not sinking into our shoulders. We're pushing up through our hands, through our arms, through our shoulders, so that we feel like we've got a bit of a dome actually in our backs. Okay? This is really strong. Okay? Engaging your core, engaging your legs, everything's active in this pose. Take a few more breaths. And then as you exhale, bring your knees to the floor, backs of your feet to the floor, pushing your bum back. We're doing knees, chest, chin, elbows down, sliding forwards until your chest and your chin touch the floor, sliding your legs back, pushing up into a little cobra. And then as you exhale, coming into a downward facing dog. Nice, soft legs. Heels not on the ground. Pushing up through your hands. Letting your head and your chest drop through. And then start just walking your legs a bit. Nice walk. And then coming onto your toes, just let your heels drop towards the right of the mat, keeping your toes where they are. Just give yourself a little side stretch. And then coming back onto your toes, let your heels drop to the left, stretching the right side of your body. Inhaling up and exhale to the right. And one more time to the left, onto your toes, and coming down to stretch the right side of your body, heels to the left. Coming back up to your down dog. And then as you exhale, just little steps forward to the front of the mat into the forward fold, checking the alignment of your feet. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, fold. Inhale, soft knees coming all the way up, really good stretch, nice back bend, and exhaling, hands down to your side into mountain pose. Inhaling, arms up, and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise, then exhale, plant your hands, step back into plank, take a breath, and go through either a knees, chest, chin, or a yogi push-up, your choice. And we meet in downward facing dog for a few breaths. Just walking your feet again. Getting those legs stretched out, pushing up through your hands. And on your next exhale, just stepping forward to the front of the mat into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, fold. Then inhaling, coming all the way up, and exhale to mountain. Take a breath, reset. So inhaling your arms up, and then as you exhale, I want you to bend over to the right, okay? Inhaling up, and to the left. Stretching your hands away from you, inhaling up, and to the right. Inhaling up, and to the left. Inhaling up, and as you exhale, folding over your legs. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, plant your hands into plank and through the Vinyasa. We'll meet in downward dog for a few breaths. So just pushing through your hands. I'm not worried about the straightness of your legs or whether your heels are touching the floor. I'm more worried about you really pushing up through your shoulders, through your back. And then the next exhale, I want you to take your left foot to the front of the mat and then bring your right foot forward and into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, fold. And then inhale, coming all the way up, and exhale to mountain. Inhaling up, and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, fold. Planting your hands and stepping back into plank. Through a Vinyasa, and we'll meet in down dog. And on your next exhale, big step forward with your right foot to the front of the mat, left foot to follow into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, fold. Inhaling all the way up, and exhale to mountain. And then taking your palms onto the back of onto your lower back, okay? Elbows pointing backwards, and inhale, filling your chest, and taking your head back,
And coming into a standing back bend. Take a few breaths here. And inhaling up to mountain. Take a breath. Check the alignment of your feet. Inhaling, arms forward and sit in your chair. Knees coming over so that you can just see your big toe and your first toe, and then looking up between your hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, plank. Vinyasa. Meet in downward facing dog. And as you inhale, bring your right leg up, keeping your hips square, and then bringing that foot to the front of the mat, turning out the back foot 45 degrees, bending that front knee, and coming into a warrior one. Look up to your hands, exhaling your hands down into plank through a vinyasa, and we'll meet again in downward facing dog to do the other side. Inhaling the left leg up, and as you exhale, bringing it to the front of the mat, turning out the back foot 45 degrees, your knees stacked over your ankle, stretching up, and then as you exhale, hands down, plank, through a vinyasa, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. If ever when you're doing these flows, you get a bit tired and you want to miss out the that section, then all you need to do is go from your plank to your down dog. Inhaling your right leg up, exhale front of the mat. Hang on, I'm getting confused now. I think we're coming forward, aren't we, into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, fold. Then inhaling, bend your knees, bring your arms forward and sit in your chair. And then as you exhale, bringing your arms by your side, coming into mountain. Inhaling, chair. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, plant your hands and step back into a plank and through a vinyasa. And once you're in down dog, inhaling the right leg up and exhaling it forward to the front of the mat and turning out your back foot 45 degrees and coming into a warrior one. Then as you exhale, turning your chest to the left, arms down to shoulder height, stretching forward and back and gazing over your front fingertip. And then turning that front hand round, back hand down the back of the back leg, and coming into a reverse warrior, stretching those fingertips to the wall behind you. And then as you exhale, cartwheeling your hands down to the floor, stepping back into a plank, through a vinyasa, or straight into down dog, where we'll meet. Inhaling and down dog, left leg up. And as you exhale, bring that forward, turning out the back foot 45 degrees into warrior one on the other side. And then as you exhale, bringing your hands down, turning your torso to the right and gazing over that front hand into warrior two. And then reverse your warrior, turning your palm, coming back, looking at that hand. And then as you exhale, cartwheeling your hands back down into a plank, through a vinyasa, and we'll meet in down dog for a few breaths. Letting your chest drop. then inhaling up onto your toes, letting your weight come over your wrists, and stepping your feet forward to the front of the mat into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, fold. Inhaling up into your chair, and exhaling to mounting. Inhaling arms forward and sit in your chair. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Or exhale, plant your hands, step back into plank through a vinyasa, or straight to your downward facing dog. And from down dog, inhaling your right leg up, and this time opening your hips and then bending your right leg and letting that foot just drop behind you. Just peeking up over your shoulders, see if you can just glance that foot. And then as you exhale, bringing it forward, turning out the back, no, actually keeping the feet parallel and coming up into a high lunge. And then as you exhale, straighten your front leg and just fold over that leg, peeling that foot off the floor. And then coming back into your high lunge. Take a breath. Exhaling your hands down into plank, through vinyasa to downward facing dog. And then inhaling the left leg up, opening the hips up, let the foot drop down to the right, glancing over your shoulder, just to see that foot in your periphery vision. And then as you exhale, bringing that foot to the front of the mat, keeping your feet parallel, coming into a runner's lunge, a high lunge. Breath. Just hold. And then just leaning forward, straightening that front leg, peel your foot off the mat and just fold over that front leg. Inhaling back up to lunge. And then exhale, hands down, plank, vinyasa. And when you get to downward facing dog, we're going to just take a few breaths and reset. On your next exhale, big step to the front of the mat into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, fold. Inhaling up into your chair, and exhale to mountain. Just take a breath to reset. And then on your next inhale, arms forward, sit in your chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise. And as you exhale, plant your hands and step back into plank. Take a breath. And as you exhale, through a vinyasa. Little cobra and down dog. And then inhaling the right leg up. And exhale, bringing it to the front of the mat, turning out the back foot 45 degrees into warrior one. And then as you coming forward, straighten your leg, bring your fingertips to the floor, and then just bring your weight onto your right foot, come into a supported warrior three. And if you want to stretch your arms forward, it's a full pose, then please feel free. Then exhaling that foot back down with a straight front leg and fold. And coming back into a plank, to a vinyasa. Inhaling, left leg up this time. Exhaling it forward and turning out your back foot 45 degrees. Warrior one. And then as you come forward, straightening that front leg, bringing your fingertips to the floor and coming forward to bring your weight onto that left foot into a supported warrior three. If you want to bring your arms out in front of you so you're just balanced on that foot, go ahead. And then bringing that back foot down, straight leg, folding over. Back into your warrior one. Exhale, hands down, plank. Take a breath. And through another vinyasa. And we meet in down dog and take a few breaths, please. Well done. That's the sun salutations done. Be nicely warmed up by now. And then your feet coming to the front of the mat into a forward fold as you exhale. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, fold. And then inhale, coming up into your chair. And exhale to mountain. Just take a few breaths. Just close your eyes. Okay, so now taking your feet into a wide leg stance. Okay, so that your feet are parallel with the ends of your mat now. Okay. And then spine tall and coming forward, bending at the hips, keep looking up and keep looking up and keep looking up and keep looking up. Keeping your back as straight as you can. If you need to, just pop your fingertips on the floor to support yourself. If not, then just let your head drop. You can place your hands on the floor between your feet with the fingertips pointing forwards and just push gently, pushing the mat forward. You're just using that to just bring yourself a little bit further down. Take a few breaths here. And then coming back up onto your fingertips, walking your hands round to the right. And what I want you to do is we're going to go into pigeon pose. So you need your foot to be behind your left hand, your knee behind your right hand. Your lower leg no further forward than parallel with the front of the mat. It can come back as far as you like. And then sitting up. As you exhale, folding down over your leg. And we're going to stay here for a couple of minutes. Relax. And just focus on relaxing every time you breathe out. If you want to do the 4-8 breathing that we learned, then please feel free if that helps you to relax. That's breathing in through the nose for 4, and out through the mouth for 8. Check your lower belly is relaxed. All around your hip. Okay, so using your hands coming back upright. Okay, and then turning yourself back to the side of the mat with that leg still bent. Okay, so you're actually now almost facing the other way. And then I just want you to drop your head towards your knee with that right leg bent. Just relax and let the weight of your head just draw you down. And then just using your fingertips to come back up, sitting with bringing the soles of your feet together into the butterfly, holding your feet, and then just gently, knees coming up and down. Little pulses. And then we're going to transition into the pigeon on the other side. So keeping the left knee bent, turning your body to the left and letting the right leg go out behind you into the pigeon on the other side. Sitting up, sitting tall. And then as you exhale, walking your hands forward and just lying down over that leg. And again, we'll just stay here for a couple of minutes. 4-8 breathing if that helps. Another minute to go. Just another 20 seconds. Okay. So just using your hands to walk back up to more of an upright position, and then bringing your body round again towards the other way with your left knee still bent, and just come into a head to knee on the other side. Okay, and then going back into bringing your legs wide again. So we're going to do the same as we did at the beginning, but sitting down now instead of standing up. So your feet pointing up towards the floor. Move your bottom flesh back, and then just using your fingertips, coming forward, and keep looking up, and keep looking up. And eventually just let your head drop. If you need a cushion or a bolster here to hold on to, then grab one now. Just stay here for a few moments. No, I don't want my toes licked. Go away, dog. No, no, baby. No, no, baby. Come on. And then slowly walking your hands back, and then come into a seated position with your legs pointing to the end of the mat, into staff pose. So your legs are straight, your feet are pointing up to the sky, fingertips are on the floor, and you're breathing in and growing that spine. Twiglet, that's enough. And then taking your bottom flesh back again, just folding forward over those legs. And then coming back up into your staff pose, then bending your knees, I want you to come onto your bottom and balance on your bottom, your back straight, and your legs, either your lower legs are parallel with the floor, or you can straighten your legs, okay, into boat pose, okay? And then I want you to slowly, using control, engaging your core, coming down, but not all the way down, and then coming back up. So we're going to do that a few times, so going from boat to a really low boat and back up, okay? Knees bent in boat if you need them, that's fine. I'll do that, you can see. We'll do another 5. And then very slowly coming down onto your mat. Moving to the bottom of the mat to give yourself some space, we're just going to do plough. So using your knees are bent, your feet are flat on the floor, your palms are on the floor. You're just going to use your hands to just push yourself up. And let your legs drop behind you into plough, or have them up wherever's comfortable. You might prefer just to go into a shoulder stand. Bring up onto your shoulders. and walking your hands as far down your back as you can. Okay? And then rolling slowly back out and centre yourself on the mat. Okay. So feet on the floor, knees bent, and then pushing up into a little bridge. And down. Pushing up a little bit further this time. Pushing through those feet. And coming down. And then this time as you come up, either go to where you were, or if you can, just interlock your fingers and come on to the tops of your shoulders, arms straight, pulling towards your feet, and push. Just stay here for a few breaths. Pushing with your legs. And releasing your hands and coming slowly back down onto the mat. Okay, so if you'd like to lie down, your back, just take a few breaths. And then bending your knees, bringing your knees towards your chest. And circling, hands on your knees and circling in opposite directions of your knees so that you can just give yourself a little massage on the mat. Going round, changing direction, whatever feels good really. Okay, and then dropping your arms down to the sides, shoulder height, palms facing up. Just drop your knees towards your right armpits and look over to the left. We'll just relax here for a few breaths. And then coming back to centre, let your knees drop to the left and look to the right. And then knees back to centre. Dropping your feet to the floor, knees out. So your legs are in the butterfly position. Arms overhead if that's comfortable for your shoulders, and hold onto your elbows. Relax your belly. And then change the crossing of your arms. And then using your hands to bring your knees up, stretching your legs out, feet nicely apart, width of the mat if you like, letting your feet just drop, shoulders on the floor,
palms facing up. And we're just going to relax for a few minutes, focusing the mind on feeling around the body, releasing any tension. Starting with your feet and working up through your legs, your knees, your upper legs, your glutes, your belly, your chest, your back, your arms and your hands and your fingers. Relaxing your jaw, your tongue, and the muscles of your face. And just gently watch your breathing. If your mind wanders, just bring it back to your breath. Or rather, when your mind wanders, bring it back to your breath. Okay, so wiggling your fingers and your toes, bringing yourself back to the surface, moving around, maybe having a stretch, and rolling over carefully onto your right hand side with your head on your arm as a pillow. And then planting your left hand on the floor in front of your face. Just use that to push yourself up, keeping your eyes closed. Come up into a comfortable seated position. Nice and tall. And then bringing your palms together, your fingers and your thumbs spread. At the base of your thumb, just bring that to your sternum. Breathe in and lift. Namaste. Have a good day, everybody.